Welcome, traveler. In this short tutorial video, we will cover the brush tool. We're going to go over its default behavior and its basic capabilities. This flexible tool enables us to work with textures or colors, whether we're working on a world map, a city plan, or an encounter map. For now, let's explore some ways we can add textures to the landmass on this fantasy world map. To get started, select the brush tool or press the B key. The brush tool always applies the selected texture or color to the active brush layer. For now, let's select the land brush layer so we can add some textures to this continent. The brush tool panel is split into several parts. At the top, we have the drop-down with different brush presets. These can be extremely useful, but for now, let's stick to the default soft brush. Then we have the brush tool properties: size, opacity, and softness. Next, we have the texture panel. Here, we can access the catalog to browse and select a texture, or we can select a color. We can also choose the eraser. There are also additional panels which allow us to tweak the chosen texture. At the bottom, we see the recents panel. This panel structure applies to these subtools too. These subtools allow us to apply textures or colors in different ways. Now let's add a different texture to the southern parts of our landmass. Let's open the catalog and select a desert texture. We can brush it onto the landmass and adjust brush settings to give the textures a smoother transition. Now, let's select a snow texture and add it to the northern parts of the continent. We can use one of the custom brushes to apply a more interesting transition this time. This often works well on most maps, as it prevents sharp jumps between textures. Finally, let's add some sand along several coasts. Here, we can adjust brush size and opacity again to have a bit more control. Once we've done that, we can also select the water brush layer and select a brighter water texture. Adding shallows along the coast usually works very well on world maps. Now let's go over the remaining brush tool shapes. The edge shape allows us to add the texture with uneven edges. The grid block shape applies the texture following the chosen grid shape. This can be adjusted in the grid layer settings. Finally, rectangle, ellipse, and polygon allow us to apply the chosen texture or color to specific selections. This can be very useful when working on encounter maps, for example, when customizing different interiors. All of these brush tool shapes give us great flexibility no matter what kind of map we're working on. Okay, that's all for the brush tool. We have covered its most basic use cases, and we explored some additional capabilities too. Thanks for watching, traveler.